A 3-vehicle accident in Garrett County leaves a Nicholasville police officer dead.
Still looking at some of that rain down to the far southern zones and southeastern zones. I want you to look back behind where the weather typically comes from, the west. Nothing over here, and that's good news for us because we need to dry out. I'll show you nice weather ahead, and then I'll show you some nasty weather too coming up towards your Friday and off towards your weekend. That comes up next.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at Noon.
Good afternoon from WKYT News. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. Police are investigating a deadly crash involving a Nicholasville police officer.
It happened just after 7 o'clock this morning on US 27 and Rogers Road in Garrett County near the Jessamine County line. We've learned that that officer is Burke Rhoads, who died from his injuries. He was on duty at the time. In fact, we're understanding he was on his way to training in Richmond at the time. State police say that Nicholasville officer Rhoads was going over to Richmond for training. He was a veteran of the department as well. Police say that Officer Rhoads was driving south along US 27 when he collided with another car coming out of Rogers Road. They say that impact spun Rhoads' cruiser around and sent it into oncoming traffic where an SUV hit it from behind. Rhoads was rushed to UK hospital and pronounced dead. Police said the woman in the white car had only minor injuries. She was treated at Ephraim McDowell Medical Center in Danville. There wasn't anyone else in that car. Police said that her husband was driving the car in front of her. In the SUV, police say there was a family, a man driving with his wife and their young daughter. Police said that man had injuries to his lower extremities. Crews have taken him to UK hospital. They don't believe that those are life-threatening injuries, but his family is there to be with him. Police are working an accident like this right now. They say that it is very, very difficult for them.
We know he has a family. It's easy for us to put ourselves in his shoes. So it's difficult.
The state police said that Officer Rhoads had been with the Nicholasville department for about 8 years. He leaves behind a wife and 3 children. Very, very sad story.
But of course, law enforcement is a very close-knit family, and law enforcement officials from several different agencies are lining up at UK Hospital now to pay tribute to Officer Rhoads. WKYT's Sam Smith continues our top story team coverage live now from the hospital, where an honor guard just left to escort Officer Rhoads'
I'm standing
body
outside the emergency room. We've been out here since about 10:30 this morning. I can tell you that several law enforcement agencies were out here. The Sheriff's Office, UK Police, Lexington Police, State Police, and of course, Nicholasville Police. State Police say Officer Burke Rhoads with Nicholasville Police was pronounced dead at UK Hospital this morning. We're told Rhoads was driving through Garrett County for training in Richmond at the time of the wreck. Rhoads leaves behind a wife and 3 children. The deputies and officers left here about 15 minutes ago. They escorted his body from the hospital to show their respect for Burke. We're told the body is headed to the Fayette County Coroner's Office first, and then the body will be taken to Frankfort to be examined by the state medical examiner. Live in Lexington, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Now, according to the Officer Down Memorial website, this is only the second on-duty death of a Nicholasville City police officer, the first since 1941.
And of course, we'll have more coverage coming up here shortly. Well,
A military helicopter taking part in a routine training exercise off the Florida coast has crashed.
All 11 service members on board at the time are presumed to be dead. Craig Boswell with the latest on that now from Washington.
11 service members on board a UH-60 Black Hawk, similar to this one, were on a nighttime training mission when their helicopter went down in waters near Eglin Air Force Base. Search and rescue crews have found aircraft debris and some human remains on a beach between Pensacola and Destin, Florida. 7 Marines and 4 Army National Guard crew members were on board the Black Hawk. The crash happened during a routine training mission with a second helicopter that returned safely. Weather may have been a factor. The National Weather Service had issued a dense fog advisory.
A reminder to us that those who serve put themselves at risk both in training and in combat.
Search and rescue teams are being organized out of a mobile command post in Navarre, Florida, and officials say heavy fog is hampering their efforts. The Marines were based at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina. the 4 soldiers from an Army National Guard unit in Hammond, Louisiana.
Our thoughts and prayers are with them and their families as the search and rescue continues.
The Pentagon is holding the names of the victims in order to notify family members. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Washington.
Officials say they are focusing the search for remains on the Santa Rosa Sound. That's a narrow waterway separating Santa Rosa Island from Florida's mainland.
Well, it will be a dry couple of days for most of the bluegrass with mild temperatures and a mix of sunshine and clouds. But another system will be moving in Thursday night, just in time for the weekend. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris is live in our First Alert Weather Center now with a look ahead. What does that mean, Micah?
Well, that means that we're getting a short break from this weather for the most part. About 80% of us seeing dry conditions as of right now, and that'll take us in through tomorrow too. Unfortunately, still some in south and southeastern Kentucky still seeing that light rain. As we spoke this morning, it's going to be from now through about 2-3 p.m. that we're going to start to see this rain fade away. It's not much, but it's still there, making for a pretty ugly day down toward the south, and finally starting to erode from the Hal Rogers Parkway from west to east. It's 49 right now in Lexington. We're at 56 in London. Can't really rise temperatures that much because that fog is still lifting, and I can see that out on the tower. It's only halfway up. So give it another hour or so, and it looks like it will fade away. It feels nice by the afternoon. We'll start to jump those temperatures once we finally get things going and get some peaks of sunshine. 59 degrees the high today, some low 60s down south, a pleasant evening in store too. And then we head through Friday and Saturday. That's when that rain really picks up. I'll show you how much you can expect. Numbers with the new data coming in just in a few minutes.
All right, Micah, thank you. Weather is to blame for a house collapse in central Kentucky. Snow and heavy rain caused the ground to give way, forcing the home on Redbird Drive in Clay City to slide off its foundation. WKYT's Victor Puente is in Powell County now with a look at the damage. Victor?
The home behind me is still standing, but just barely. The owners don't believe there's any way to save it after it slid off the foundation this morning. Around 8 o'clock, the 2 people inside thought there was an earthquake because the home started shaking, furniture was overturning. Then they looked out the window and they realized the home had moved. The melting snow and heavy rain from the past few weeks had sent water down the driveway and under that home. Eventually, the foundation gave out. The woman who lives here says they've had issues with that water coming off Redbird Road for years. She never thought this would happen.
But I actually jerked the window open and looked outside, and then I seen it was much more worse than that. The whole house was just gone. And I had to crawl out the window. That's the only way I can get out because I couldn't get through anywhere else.
Haven's boyfriend told me they're trying to get their undamaged possessions out of the home, but he says that's been difficult because of the condition of the floor and because they're afraid it may collapse. In Powell County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Now, the Red Cross has been contacted and will be meeting with the family later today. A woman accused of stabbing her boyfriend during an argument will face a judge in less than an hour. LaTanya Buckner is charged with assault. Now, police say she stabbed her boyfriend repeatedly after he told her not to look through his cell phone. The victim had to have 36 stitches to his chest, stomach, and wrist. Buckner will be arraigned at 1 o'clock.
Well, police have now arrested a man accused in a violent store robbery in eastern Kentucky. Jeremy Ritchie is in the Letcher County Jail this afternoon. Fleming Neon police say he is the man seen on surveillance video attacking the clerk at a Marathon gas station back in January. Police said they were tipped off to where Ritchie was staying after seeing this story on the news. The State House Judiciary Committee has approved a bill fighting the state's heroin epidemic. The mostly procedural move is meant to put the bill in position to pass in the final days of the 2015 legislative session. That bill would allow for health departments to create needle exchanges where drug addicts could swap used needles for new ones. While the new bill contains some compromises between House Democrats and Senate Republicans, it is far from an agreement on the issue at this point. So we'll see, and that needle exchange is one of the controversial provisions in the law, so we'll see where it goes. Well, a new exhibit is set to open up at the Newport Aquarium in northern Kentucky this weekend.
Canyon Falls will feature otters from Asia and some reptiles. The new exhibit will replace Turtle Canyon, which opened last year. The Asian small clawed otters are considered a vulnerable species. Aquarium staff will host interactive talks focusing on how humans impact the environment of otters. The exhibit opens to the public on Saturday.
All right, cute little things. Might be worth the trip.
Everything you want to know about the otter.
There you go. Good to have you with us on WKYT. Hillary Clinton is trying to diffuse a growing controversy over her use of a private email account while she was U.S. Secretary of State.
We'll have reaction from Kentucky Senator Rand Paul next on Kentucky's #1 Midday News.
Also ahead on WKYT, the lines weren't blurred for a jury in Los Angeles in a ruling against Robin Thicke and Pharrell Williams. Reaction to the verdict coming up on WKYT News at noon.